You wanted to step on stage. You wanted to prep. You wanted all of this. And now it's starting to get hard. This is where most people will quit. Prep is not just a diet. It's a war against comfort, anger, and sometimes your own mind. But the truth is, you will not be able to escape it. There is no way around it. However, you can make it clearer, smarter, and more sustainable, more approachable. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can use your mindset.
It's a mindset thing! Mindset!
Training and diet in a way that will make you go and be able to withstand the last day of a prep. When you're deep in the prep, you will face moments where your brain is literally screaming,
"What the fuck are you doing?"
And this is where champions are made. Something you need to accept is that you will be hungry all the time. When you will eat a meal and you will finish the meal, it will feel like you are only eating half of what you need. And that's normal. That's the norm for prep. You'll be tired, you'll be cranky, you can get emotional. This is normal. This is a prep. You will have to take it upon yourself and keep going. The sheer fatigue of the privation of a prep is affecting your neurotransmitter. You have the serotonin, you have a cortisol, you have a dopamine. Everything is totally mismatched. But this is how you dig and get better. You will also lose flexibility in terms of diet. If you had any hope of maybe compensating for any kind of cheat or off day, now you are at a point where just changing a little meal will immediately affect how you look and how you feel, and sometimes for a few days. If there is a training day and you are not training, this will affect everything. If you go and cheat on your diet, same thing. This is also where you realize how deep into the lack of comfort you are, because your friends and your family, if they want to eat a pizza, they can. You'll be at the table with them, with your Tupperware, chicken, broccoli, rice, whatever. You will see them and watch them eat the pizza, and you cannot have a slice. Not one. Not even half. Not even a little piece. You can have nothing. This is not supposed to be easy, by the way, because you're forcing to adapt into a realm where your body does not want to go and where it is dangerous to go. But still, you have to follow through. Now, this is where I think most people get the wrong mindset, because they think that because it's hard, it means that they have to perceive it as hard and miserable. Why? You wanted this. No, hard means controlled discomfort. There are 3 mindset anchors that can help you survive a prep. You need to prioritize purpose over comfort. Remember why you're doing this. Remember why you are here. If you need to write it, write it. If you need to write it and then read it, read it. If you need to have some kind of vocal message already prepped, you listen to it every morning, for example, like a daily affirmation, do it. Just remember, why are you doing this and why you chose this? You also need to understand the fact that you really need to adapt, to not break. You can switch the diet, you can switch the training, you can adapt them. You do not need to go headfirst into the wall when you already see the wall. And do not mistake that for weakness. That's strategy. Realize also that every tiny microscopic win is still a small win, and it still trumps a big fail. Each day you have the capacity of adding a brick or perfecting what you're doing. Now, regarding training, there is no way for you to fake the workout. There is no way for you to fake the work, to fake the cardio, to fake the steps. You have to do it, period. But you will also realize very shortly that you will not be able to bury yourself with junk volume and expect to recover, because you do not have any more resources. Instead, you'll have to train hard, but smart. Intensity needs to stay high, because all the muscles that you carry and have right now, they're here because you train intensively, because you got strong, because you use a shit ton of mechanical tension. If you want to reduce the weight just to keep volume the same and the rep range also the same, you're going to have some problem maintaining the muscle mass. However, reducing the volume and potentially also reducing a bit the rep range, because you are depleted in glycogen and you have much more room for effort but much less fatigue, this sounds good for most people, and you need to find a way to apply that to you. try to maintain what you have. You will still lose a bit of strength, 10, 15, 20%, depending on the movement, depending on your strong point, your weak point, but try to keep and maintain as much so as possible. Doing the same thing that you did last week is a victory. It's a win. Also, make sure to control the tempo. Your joints are going to be more achy and more sensitive. You are supposed to work your muscle and to maintain it. Do not try to use weight just to toss them around. Use weight with purpose. Control the load, control the eccentric, control the concentric. Everything. Think time and attention, tempo, flexing the muscle and the load, not doing powerlifting. As I said earlier, cardio and NEAT are non-negotiable. You will have to lose weight. You will have to lose fat. For that, you need to have a big caloric deficit. You cannot just eat like a bird. You cannot just lower your portion again and again and again, because at some point, you just have to move more. So whatever, if it is walking 25k steps per day, or if it is 1 hour of cardio every other day, you will not be able to skip it. It is non-negotiable. You are in a territory where your body does not want to go again. So you have to do things that force your body to go there and to stay there and even to dig further and further more. Now just remember, recovery is a bottleneck. And at some point, if you're doing too much and you do not let yourself have enough time, you will run into problems. As for diet, there are a few strategies that you can implement that can ease a bit the burden and help you even discover new things, but you're still going to have to diet. And there is also a mental shift that you need to have, I believe, and that is simply to stop thinking of food as pleasure, as a comfort thing. No. Now you're a machine. You're a T800 from Terminator. And food is your fuel, and macro are your targets. You have to have a degree of precision that is way higher than most diet plan, I guess, because there is no margin again for anything. You will have to weight everything that you eat. No eyeballing. You'll have to weight every gram of everything that you eat. If it says 200, it's 200, not 202. It is how it is. However, this is not becoming insane and ultra rigid about the diet. It's about controlled precision, because even in this extremely strict regimen, there are still ways for you to make it as less uncomfortable and as enjoyable as you can, actually. First thing is that you can have some macro swapping to earn more freedom. Example, you can swap the olive oil for avocado or almond. Another thing is that you can remove some starch for more fruits or veggies, and this add color into your plate. And it has been linked several times to more happiness and also feeling more fulfilled and happier, literally, because, well, you know, food is good. Speaking of starches, you can swap your rice for oats, for example, or sweet potatoes while keeping the macro the same. It is also much more easy to comply to the diet if there is more flavor. So please, for the love of God, stop doing these very bland, tasteless plates and add spices. Spices are life, and there are a shit ton of good thing and virtue from these spices. Herbs, garlic, onion, curry, curcumin, ginger. There is so much choice. There is so much thing you can taste and try. And caloric-wise, virtually nothing. So please, spice your plate. During this prep, I really became a fan of using 3 spices, depending on what I'm eating. If I'm eating chicken, I will use curry, garlic, and herbs. And if I'm eating beef, I will use cardamom, garlic, and herbs. It's so simple, and yet it changed everything. And when I'm eating my breakfast and I'm getting my fat-free yogurt and my whey, etc., I like to have some cinnamon. I really enjoy the taste of cinnamon in the morning. It's like it's warm the whole meal, despite the fact it's still fresh and quite sweet. Another thing is that sometimes your body will have weird craving, I guess. For example, in lunch, I'm supposed to eat turkey or chicken or steak. And for whatever reason, sometimes I just want tuna, canned tuna. So I just eat it and I just, make sure it is good macro-wise. And to make sure that I digest it properly, I just pour apple cider vinegar on top of it. And but I have no explanation for that. I don't know what's in canned tuna that my body wants that is not in beef or chicken. So yeah, another good thing that you can do to make sure to have the most bearable diet as possible is to really focus on hydration and fiber for more fullness. Fiber are a compound that you cannot digest, but that will draw water into your guts and basically fill you up. So you will have a feeling that you actually ate more than you did, and the hunger feeling, when the leptin is low and the ghrelin is high, it will also be much more slow to trigger. So basically, fibers are your cheat code to feel less hunger. So make sure to really load up onto veggies as long as we can digest them properly. And as for hydration, it's been known for a while now that when you're hungry, just drink 1 or 2 glasses of water and like immediately it feels better, because it's just that your stomach is not empty anymore. Now, another good thing would be to also make sure to drink some coffee and tea, but you can also use sugar-free soda as long as you're mindful with them and as long as you're not abusing it, because there is still caffeine and quite a bit of processed stuff inside. So they're supposedly healthy or at least harmless. You never know. As for your recovery, you need to check everything down to a T. You need to sleep 7 to 9 hours per night. Mandatory. There is no going around. You need to track how you feel, and how you feel is the mood, is how you are feeling regarding social interaction, your libido as well, and also your drive, like your drive to get up in the morning to do stuff. And as per progress, it will be harder and harder on everything. Still, you need to track them, because the more data that you have, the more you can make sure to have the right calls, especially regarding the fact that it is basically controlled overtraining or controlled under recovery. Another thing that is quite good, in my opinion, is to use NEAT, and a lot of it, to make sure to not have to compensate and dig further into the deficit with very punishing cardio form, or even just adding more and more cardio, because logistic-wise, it can be a burden, and also hormonal-wise, it can unfortunately trigger some problem. So it's like auto-regulation, but at the same time, you know that you have to dig hard during training and that the diet is supposed to be only half of what you really need. Still, you need to go and follow through. So, to synthesize everything, you'll be hungry, and you'll have to remember why you're doing it for, and maybe cheat a bit on your brain. You will be extremely tired. Still, you'll have to go training and still fight to maintain as much so as possible your training performance. You will be feeling very cranky, very bad. You will not be in a mood for a lot of things, and yet you have to follow through, because it is how it is. And also, because you chose this, because it is your prep, and because you owe this to you. There is being in the gym because you like training, and then there is being in the gym because you're preparing for something more, because you're a competitor, because you're doing a competition. This is the price. And this is all the advice that I have for you, that I'm doing for myself, and it's working. It still sucks, but it is working. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was of help to you. I hope that you are enjoying this whole experience for now, and this whole series. Please let me know in the comments what you would like to see, and I'll see you very soon for the end of the line. Take care.